Hello everyone, this is Lisa from the Gingerbread Prints. Today we're going to create a booklet using my 500 plus vintage labels image bundle. First, let's print out all 35 sheets of these labels from the Printable kit and then cut them in half using the center line on the image as a guide. Each time I cut 5 sheets together. I'm using a very strong clamp to hold these sheets together. Make sure they're not moving around when you cut. And then I group these pages together according to the design and the colors. Repeat this process until all 35 sheets are cut and grouped together. The cutter I'm using is very heavy duty and is great for cutting a few sheets together with some thickness. And it is very inexpensive if you purchase from Amazon. As you can see, these labels are very beautiful. There are many kinds. As you can see now, these dark ones are leather look. They're very useful for your projects. According to the color theme, you can use them to match your different projects. No matter you create art journals page by page or decorate your junk journals, these labels are must-haves. As I would say, you will never have too many labels, especially these Rococo style vintage labels. They are very, very popular if you love Victorian style vintage journal. Now all 35 sheets of labels are cut in half. Now I also created a sheet of covers, including front and the back covers, to make this booklet. I'm using a portable trimmer to cut this covers, trim off the white edges, and have them ready to use. As you can see, their cover designs are just a little bit smaller than pages. I created a background paper to be the background of the covers, and this way we can make the covers a little stronger than just use one layer of the paper. The size of the background is supposed to be the same size of the pages. So I use one sheet of the page as a guide to mark the cutting lines, and then use my portable cutter to trim off the unneeded parts. I'll leave the top edge untrimmed because I'm going to use it later to cover the thickness of the booklet. Now I'm going to ink the edges of the cover and make it look more vintage. using beacon alcohol-based glue to glue the front cover to the base. Using this glue to prevent warping or wrinkles of the paper to have a very neat finish. And finally, for the front cover, I ink the edges of the background paper and make sure to ink the top edge, that folded section as well. Now repeat the same process to assemble the back cover. The only difference is we need to cut off the top edge from the background cover because the size of the background cover is going to be the same as the label pages. Before I apply glue to the label pages to put them together, I prepared 2 pieces of stiff cardboard. This way I can hold these 70 pages together in a neat way, and the pages won't shift around. Make sure line up all edges. Make sure leave about 1 inch from the top edges, because later when I apply glue to the top edges of the pages, I will need to bend the top section to apply glue. This way I will make sure the glue will go just a little bit beyond the edge, and make sure all pages will be glued together. After the glue is applied, use a brush to evenly distribute the glue to all pages. do this a few times to distribute the glue evenly. And after this, I'm going to flip this booklet over and bend the top to the opposite direction and repeat the same process. Apply the glue and brush the glue evenly through all the pages. Before the glue dries out, I'm going to place a very thin piece of paper on the top where the glue is applied to hold the pages together so the pages would not split. And also it will give you a very neat finish. Make sure to firmly press down the paper to the glue and then leave it dry completely before you proceed to the next step. Now the glue is completely dried, and now I can carefully peel off this thin paper. If you don't have this type of paper, you can use cheesecloth instead. Let's take a look at the result. Remove all the clamps and the 2 pieces of cardboard and take a look at it. You can see all the pages are glued together on the top. Now we can add the front cover first. And I'm gonna use these 2 pieces of stiff cardboard again to make sure the cover is placed neatly. And this time, we just leave the top like ½ inch away from the top edge, and then trim off the excess from the background paper. Now it's time to apply glue on the top edge and glue the front cover to the thickness of the booklet from the top. Press down evenly to make sure the cover is attached to the thickness of the top on the top of the booklet. And then set it there, let it dry completely before you go to the next step. Now it's completely dried. We're going to apply the back cover to the back side of the booklet. This step is much simpler because we don't need those two cardboard to hold it. We just simply glue the back cover piece to the top of the front cover, the section of the flip over section. Now apply glue to the section of the front fold over area. Now this project is almost completed. Let's take a look at the result. It looks very professionally made, and it saves you a lot of money. You don't have to buy it from the stores. You can make it your own. And also you can either tear off a page or just trim off the one frame you need for your project. And when you used some of it, then you can just go to your computer and print out another copy and use it again. That's the advantage of getting printables instead of a physical booklet from the store. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this will be inspiring and make your project much easier. And make sure to click the like button and subscribe to my channel. I will have more tutorials and inspirational ideas to share with you. Have a great day. Peace.